Okay, this is going to be the story of the next uh, entity that I took at the window, the same window that I got the demon pick at. Um, I was this is well into the haunting of my home. Um, I'm sharing everything that I'm learning on Facebook, and one of the people who was really wrapped up in it and wanted to know whenever I got something new, some new evidence, was my nephew. Um, and he was really interested in it. He was having a really good time looking at my photos, and we were on Messenger and we were talking back and forth, um, and I think I told him I haven't tried to recreate that, that um, moment when I took that picture. I wonder if there's anything there now, because I was sitting here in the same spot and I couldn't see the window. I mean, you can't see the window from here. It's around that corner. You have to take the phone and hold it out like that. So that's what I did. So he said, "Go ahead, do it and see what happens." And so I did. And I don't know what this thing is. Um, it's leaning. It's like got its hand on my house, and it's leaning in like that, and it's looking in, it's looking right at me, or it's not looking right at me. It's looking right at the camera. Um, and it's blue, and it's not demonic looking at all. It's a very much a softer image. It almost looks angelic. Um, Maybe that's the yin and the yang. You get the demon in one picture, you get the angelic figure in the next. Um, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what this was, but one thing I noticed was it had a bird on its head. Had a bird sitting right on top of its head. At first, I thought it had a bishop's hat on, um, but when I looked at it closer, I realized it wasn't. It looked like a keffiyeh or whatever the hat is that the Pope wears, the bishops wear. But when I looked closer, I realized it was a bird. And then as I looked at the picture, and this is the same way with the demon pick. If you look really close, there's all kinds of other images in there. There's all kinds of other images. There's a picture, a profile of a woman right above the demon. The profile of a woman. It's very clearly a woman. It's not anything your imagination would make. I mean, you can see it's a woman. Um, there's a couple of other pictures in there around it. Um, but in this latest picture, there was all kinds of different images in there. And it's one thing that I've learned about taking paranormal photos is when it's an image like that, that's not a three-dimensional manifestation. It's an image made up of a whole bunch of different other images. So, not all the time, but I mean, it can be, like mine are. There's other photos that I'm going to show later on in this series that where you'll see that if you step back and look at an image, it looks like one thing, but if you bring it up close and really look at it, you'll find out that it's the overall image is made up of a whole bunch of different other images. Um, and so that's one of the things that I don't understand about all this. But um, as someone who didn't believe in ghosts a year ago, I've really learned a lot. I've had to teach myself a lot. I've learned some from different groups. I've learned some from different individuals. Um, but this subject is really kind of tabooish. People don't like to talk about it. People don't want to admit that they believe in ghosts people don't want to admit that there's paranormal activity. Um, a lot of people, think it's all in your head, your imagination, or that you're being suggestive when you tell someone, "Hey, look, this looks like a tree." Okay, well then they see a tree. Um, a lot of times with my images, that's just not the case. It is what it is. It is what it seems to be, and it is what everybody else is seeing. They're all seeing the same thing. So with this new image, um, that was no different, even though it's very clearly one single entity. If you look really close, you can see all kind of other little images buried in there. Now, something that my nephew pointed out to me was my image is in that image, and I wasn't in the picture. My my face is in the corner, the bottom corner of the window, and which is impossible because I'm back here. I'm holding my phone out so that it can see the window. There is no possible way for my reflection to be in the glass. So, but why is it there? It is me. I mean, I looked at it. It's me. I'll put it at the end of this video, and I know that most people watching this aren't familiar with me. So, but if you just picture my face now, when you see that image, you'll say, "Oh wow, that really is him." So it is me. So anyway, this one again is it's softer. It's not as threatening. It's not frightening. It's really pretty. It's a pretty bluish, bright bluish color. It's all lit up. Unlike some others that you're going to see, this one is actually kind of pleasant to look at. Um, but it doesn't get us any closer to answering what is going on in my house, what was going on in my house, and what these things are and what role they're all playing in it. So take a look at this picture, and I'll be back later, and I'll break down another one for you that you'll see is what I explained before. It's a whole bunch of different images that when you step back and look at it, makes up another image. Just part of the confusing paranormal world, I guess.